Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode. This is Jason, and in this video, we will continue with where we have left off. In the last video, we've already got our P-Series PBX system well prepared. Starting from this video, we're going to set our PBX step by step, and eventually make sure it functions as the central server of our telephony system. Today, we will introduce how to add and modify our extensions, including some existing extension features and permissions. We will also see how to add extensions in bulk efficiently. Okay, enough talk. Let's start with our second lesson, extension setting. Extensions are short internal numbers created in the PBX for each user of this telephony system. So an extension is the terminal of our telephony system, allow users to make and receive calls. To create an extension, we have to define the range of extension numbers first. Let's get to the PBX settings category. Click on Preferences, scroll down, in Extension Preferences, we can change the numbers range for extensions and other features. An extension number can be 1 to 7 digits long. Please note that the range of user extensions should not overlap with other call feature extensions ranges. After modifying it, we click on Save and move to the next step to create extensions. Now we click on Extension Chunk from the left column and go to Extension. Click on Add. A window will pop up with all parameters already generated. Choose the extension type as FXS extension or SIP extension. If it's an FXS extension, please select the FXS port on our P-Series PBX for this extension to get connected. If we're okay with the default settings, we can keep the rest of the parameters and click on Save. But now, let's hold on for a minute and explain a little about them. User information is supposed to be the personal information of the extension owner, which includes name, email address, mobile number, user password, and user role. The user password is the password for this user to log into his or her Linux web client, mobile, or desktop. And as for the user role, since P-Series PBX is a granular design system, we can choose or create a user role and grant corresponding permissions according to the job duty of each extension user. That includes all the configuration permissions an extension user can do to the PBX system. Moving on, the extension number is the phone number for this particular account. We can understand it as the internal number for this user with which all others can call and reach this particular user. Of course, we can change it, but it should be within the range of our previous setting. If we choose to create a SIP extension, we need to get our VoIP-based terminals like our IP phones or our soft phone registered. Registration name and password are for this purpose. So we suggest you use a random complex registration name and password to secure our system. Here we also support adding multiple terminals for one extension. That's because many people might have more than one piece of equipment. In this case, we can configure IP phone concurrent registration here and define the quantity of IP phones for this extension. So in total, we can set 3 SIP devices maximally with additional 3 Linux clients. While they are Linux Desktop Client, Linux Mobile Client, and Linux Web Client. Once set, all these pieces of equipment will share the same extension number and other parameters and have equal access to calls sent to this particular extension. Presence indicates a user's current status. By default, anyone in our organization using Yeastar P-Series PBX system can see if other users are available. Meanwhile, an extension user can switch their presence while using Linux clients and describe their presence status. And by the way, the system can manage incoming calls reaching this extension according to the pre-configured rule under each presence status. For example, we can set up the call forwarding rules to send incoming calls to different destinations when the extension is busy and occupied. We can also set the order for each terminal to ring under different scenarios in the ring strategy setting. Now let's move to the voicemail page. Here we can enable and disable voicemail for this extension. We can also set a PIN code for voicemail. So the system will require the user to put in the correct PIN code before allowing access to voicemail received by this extension.
Please enter your PIN code, then press pound. You have one new message.
We can also set audio greetings for callers who reach the voicemail. We can set different greetings for each scenario, by the way. We've gone through all this we might need to know while creating an extension. The problem is we may need to set hundreds of extensions for one system. Repeating those same configurations can be very inefficient. So we can click Add Bulk and set numbers of extensions at the same time. We need to set the initial number and the number of extensions that we want to create. As we can see here, all configurations and features we've mentioned have been included. So this means that all the extensions created here have to be of the same parameter. Although we might think it's still not convenient and flexible enough. We do agree, so we offer a third option where we can put everything in a template and directly import this template to PBX. Then everything will be set accordingly. Here we got an example. We can change anything we like in the CSV form, which can be opened and edited from Microsoft Excel. Once we finish this template, we can click Import, then find this file and have it imported. So this means we can have our standard template made and use it whenever setting a new system with only minor changes. Now we have all extensions configured, but we will need to register SIP phones to those extensions to make calls. We can indeed go to the web GUI of our IP phone and put everything manually. Still, it will cost a lot of our precious time and energy. So AutoProvisioning is a handy tool to have our phones automatically register to the referred extensions all at once. Of course, step 1 will be to connect our phones physically to our local area network. Then we can go to the left menu, click AutoProvisioning. Go right directly to Resource Repository to check the list of all supported IP phone brands and models. Once confirmed that our phones are supported, we can go to Phones, check the list of IP phones this PBX has already detected. We can identify each phone with its MAC address, which will be found on the label on the backside of our IP phone. We can also find IP address directly on our phones. Now we need to select the phones that we want to configure. Once done, click on Edit. It's essential to ensure that the phones we have chosen are of the same vendor, same model, and firmware version, because AutoProvisioning is realized by automatically filling configuration templates of each phone. Now we need to assign an extension and for each selected MAC address. Then, click on Save for binding them. After that, the phones will reboot automatically, and the AutoProvisioning will be done. Now, we can make internal calls between extensions freely.